morning, guys. Happy Wednesday morning. Welcome back to a Wednesday vlog. I know I missed last Wednesdays. I missed you guys, but I was traveling and I was doing some really fun stuff. So we're back. And because I missed last week's, because of how insane last week was, I thought that this Wednesday's vlog, we could do a proper catch up. I feel like you and me need to sit down. I just need to like sit with the girls. I need to do a full debrief, like catch you up on everything that's been going on, because you know what it is? I am talking to you guys in the vlogs. I'm doing live streams over on TikToks. I'm talking to people in the DMs on Instagram. We've got stories on Instagram. We've got stories on TikToks. We've got TikTok videos. We've got Instagram reels. Like, there's just so much content everywhere. And I'm talking to you guys. We've also got the private group chat. Like, I'm talking to you guys everywhere and there's so much going on. I forget who I've told what to, right? So like I announced in my stories over on TikTok that I was moving to Sydney and then like forgot to tell anyone else, like literally anyone else. And so I was like, okay, cool. We need to make sure that I like put that in the vlog next time, right? And I was talking on the vlog about something last week and I completely forgot to let everyone over on TikTok know. So like, you know what? We just need like a proper full debrief kind of catch up session. That's what I want today to be. So of course, I went to the only place I should go, which is the private group chat over on Instagram. If you're not in it, it's called With Love and Grace, which is the cutest name ever. And the girlies in that group chat helped me come up with that. Well, I didn't come up with it at all. They came up with it. And we named the group chat that. So anyone can join. If you're not in it, we do voice notes. I send videos, photos, we do polls. We just like talk a lot. It's like a big girly group chat. And it's like my favorite place to be, literally favorite place ever. Go and click the link in my Insta bio. I think you can join it from there. But the reason why we're talking about the private group chat is because you guys are doing the catch up with me today. So I put in there, I was like, okay, ask all your questions because on Wednesday's vlog, I'm gonna answer them all and we're gonna do a proper catch up. And the girlies came through, let me tell you. When I tell you, I put the same thing on my Instagram stories and I got like 400 of the exact same question. But I put that thing in the Instagram group chat, like the girly chat, and I get questions on everything under the sun. Nobody repeats the same question. You guys are asking the best things. Like it just like it's the vibe. If you're not in the group chat, come and join, okay? That's what we're gonna do today. But the other thing was I asked them a little while ago, I was like, what kind of vlogs do you guys wanna see from me? And a lot of people said they wanted a what I eat in a day vlog, right? So I thought on it. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with those kind of videos and that kind of content because I'm going to preface this. Today, we're going to do a what I eat in a day plus catch up. So you're going to see me eat and drink everything that I do today. And while we do that, I'm going to be answering your questions and we're going to do a proper catch up. But nobody's allowed to skip this section of the vlog, okay? No skipping, and I'll be able to tell because I can see it on my analytics afterwards, okay? So no skipping this section. I'm gonna give you the biggest preface or caveat here at all. This content is not nutritional advice. This is not for you to pick apart the food I choose to eat, the food I don't choose to eat, when I choose to eat it, how much I choose to eat, what I choose to eat, like anything like that. This is not nutritional, like this is not nutritionally balanced. Yes, I've worked with a nutritionist for like a long time and that heavily influences what I eat, when I eat, how I eat and all of that kind of stuff. But not a single part of this video should be taken as anything other than just a fun come eat with me today vlog, okay? Now that's not me hating on you guys, but I just know that this kind of content can be really, really dissected. People can really analyze it. They can take it too seriously and maybe mark it as more important than it is. It's not, okay? This is just me eating. I don't care how many calories I put in, how many calories I don't put in. No matter what it is, we're just watching it for fun, okay? I don't care about it, but I just want to ensure that there's no one watching this on the other end of this camera who cares more about it than it needs to be, okay? So that's my little warning. I'll do a what I eat in a day vlog with you guys today, as long as none of you take it anything past that. As long as you don't take it seriously. I don't want to see anyone else, you know, making TikToks or videos or sending me messages saying, I'm gonna eat exactly what you ate because, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I don't want any of that, okay? Go and eat healthy, nutritious, fun foods. Eat and drink whatever you like, whenever you like, however you like, okay? Because that's what I do. That's what I'm gonna eat today. And I just don't want anyone to, I hope I'm getting this across because I don't want to say anything like triggering or upsetting, but I just want to make sure that every single one of you takes this and watches this for the reason it's intended. which is not for you to judge yourself or your own eating or food habits based on what I show you, okay? I know I can trust you guys. I know you guys are G, all right? But it needed to be said because that's why I haven't done this kind of content before. As long as we're all G, we're all across it, everyone's gonna eat whatever they want. Nobody's gonna skip meals or do anything silly like that after watching this, okay? I'm really glad we had that chat. Let's start with breakfast. Breakfast for me this morning, I've just got back from a walk, which is why I look like a sweaty dog. Breakfast for me this morning is gonna be coffee. I really want a coffee. And you know what? I have these like croissants. I really wanna be cool enough to say croissant, but like I'm not. I have these cool croissants that they're like mostly cooked, but they're in a freezer bag and then you put them in the oven and like cook them the last little bit and then they taste like hot, fresh baked croissants. Can I get away with that, guys? Do I look cool enough for that? So I might have one of those for breakfast with a coffee. So like 0 nutritional value, but I'm not mad about it in the slightest. Okay, breakfast is served. I have 2 croissants and I have some raspberries, which are my current fruit obsession. I always love raspberries, honestly. And then my iced coffee as well. Okay, shall we dive into the first questions, guys? That's a good one. Oh, I made a good one. Okay, yum. They're a little bit hot, so I feel like I can't quite eat them yet. I need them to cool down a little bit. Okay, so let's start. So, Alora says, are you okay? How are you going? Are you generally okay? And she sends a cute little love heart emoji. So, Alora, I love you. Thanks for your question. And yeah, like, I am doing okay. I think if you met me like 6 months ago, that Grace would definitely not be doing okay. But like overall, yeah, I really am. I wake up happy most days, pretty much every day. Like I go to sleep with a smile on my face. I look forward to, you know, my plans for the weeks ahead. Like I'm always catching up with my friends or making like great content or looking forward to doing something fun. So like overall, I'm really happy. I think like there was a period there where, and I think I'll touch on this in another question because I've seen the question and I think it relates to it better, but like there was a period there where not only was I not happy, but I wasn't feeling anything. And now you guys, I'm getting so many messages and comments saying like how happy I look and how, you know, that I have my glow or my sparkle back and I feel that way. It's like everything's not perfect and happy all the time, but it is nice to just be feeling something again, you know, because there was a good chunk of time there where I think I was just completely numb. And maybe that's why I didn't notice what was, you know, really going on and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, so yeah, like generally I'm great. I'm really happy. I think all the plans that I have coming up in the next couple months are super exciting, overwhelming, but super exciting. And there's just like, there's too much good stuff going on in the world to not be happy about it all, like regardless of whatever else is going on for me personally. So yeah, I'm really happy, but thanks for asking. Now, the next question is from Savannah and she says, is there any more updates on the move? And yes, I have some updates for you. I know this came out of a freezer, but like, it is like so soft and like fluffy on the inside. Look at this. Like, it's like it's been freshly baked. Delicious. Just take me out now. I'm happy. Updates on the move. It's real difficult to give like specific dates or exact timelines because like so much of it is out of my control, right? But essentially my timeline is the end of June. We are changing our plans for this house now. We are selling this house. My ex is not buying me out anymore, which is a little bit frustrating because it's taken so many months already to get to this point, and we probably could have sold it by now if we had just started there. But it is what it is, and now we start the process of getting the house ready to be sold. So I need to sell as much of the stuff inside my house as possible and move out of here. I'm going to be going and staying with either a friend or one of my brothers. And then when I'm out of the house, they'll come in, they'll stage the house, take their photos, list the house, and then sell it, right? So that's essentially the process. How long that all takes, I don't really know. I have my timeline. I would like to be out of this house within about 3 weeks or so, then have it cleaned, staged, and photographed and up and listed by like the end of the 3rd week, essentially, but I don't know how unrealistic that is. And then we kind of have to wait till it sells, really. I would really like to stay in Melbourne until it sells. I just feel like I don't want to go into, a new place in Sydney, or even just go to Sydney when there's still this thing that's like lingering and like going on back in Melbourne, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, I want to just completely close this chapter like fully and then get to Sydney and go and enjoy it. And I'll actually be able to like focus on it, not still like fielding calls from my ex or the real estate agent, all of that kind of stuff. Like I just want to be able to close that chapter and then move up there completely fresh. So that's where I'm at. In my head, I think I can get there by the end of June, but I don't know how unrealistic that is. My real estate agent seems very hopeful for that, but it's not just me and the real estate agent in this transaction. So good. Next question. These are all from the private group chat, by the way, because they just ask the best questions. So Amy says, how was your Sydney trip? Did any place bring excitement about your move or decision? And yes, it did, like so many places. I think I might have like shot myself a bit in the foot though, because someone I'm talking to suggested I go and check out the eastern suburbs, which is like Bondi, Bronte, Tamarama, like that whole area. And so I was like, sure, I'll go check it out. I started at Coogee. If you've seen last week's vlog, you would have seen me do this whole thing. I started at Coogee and walked all the way to Bondi, right? And I immediately fell in love. Like, how could you not, right? It was like the most beautiful scenery I'd ever seen. And everyone was walking their dogs and they were out for runs and everyone was just like living their best life, and it was sunny and it was so perfect. And so I was like, well, cool. I can't look anywhere else because nowhere else will top this. And so there's a few places that I really like. I really like Coogee. I think it was like the perfect blend of the eastern suburbs without it being like Bondi. I also really liked the Surrey Hills kind of area or Newtown area, but I didn't get a chance to go to the northern beaches. And the one other place that everyone keeps telling me about other than the eastern suburbs, like the East Coast and the Newtown area, is Manly and the northern beaches. And so I feel like I can't make a decision until I fairly go and visit those areas as well, and then I can decide. But like, you get the vibe, right? I want it to be like young and sprightly and fun and busy, but not completely overcrowded with tourists, but also not like family friendly, like that kind of thing. So yeah, there was a few places. Okay, next one is from Ash, and she says, what did you enjoy about Sydney and would you go again anytime soon? So maybe Ash doesn't know quite yet that I'm moving. So yeah, I will go, and I will go soon, hopefully. But I loved like superficial stuff. I love the city. It's beautiful. Like the coast, the harbour, like everything, like the people. It's a beautiful city. It's like a very pretty, like good looking city. But like on a deeper level, I love that it's brand new. I love that I have no ties there. There's no memories there. There's nothing really tied to that place or that city. And it's like a blank canvas. Like I can just start so fresh and start over there, and that's what I like the most about it. It's such a lively, fun, busy city. Like I could start fresh in hundreds or thousands of other cities, but it's such a beautiful, lively place to be that it's such a wonderful place to be able to start so fresh and like start off again, like start over again, I guess, there. So like that's what I loved the most. I just loved how beautiful it was and that it was just completely untainted by anything else, you know? You guys have to get these. It's like $6 from Coles. They're so good. It's like a fresh croissant. Okay, let's do one more question. Let's make it another Sydney one. Okay, so Erica Jade says, how was the trip with your brothers and their family? Also, is there any more trips with the family in the works? Amazing. It was wonderful. I love hanging out with my brothers. They're like some of my favorite people. And I love my brother's family, the kids as well. It's like relatively new that we like have a relationship with them. Like, and by new, I mean the last couple years, right? Like we haven't been around since the children were born. And so it's really fun to get to know them at their different ages and like their different personalities. And I just like, there's so much I like about all three of them. And like being able to travel with them is so fun because we get to, I don't know, you just get to experience more than when I go and hang out with them or go over to their place for dinner or something. Like actually like spending like the whole day with them is so fun because I get to like see them in their element. And like while we were on the cruise, the eldest kid, Martin, who you guys met, was in the same cabin as me and Luke, and we just had the best time. Like it's just really fun. So like, yeah, I love traveling with my brothers. I love doing that kind of stuff. I don't know if we have anything else on the books as of yet. I'm sure we will, but at this stage, I'm really focusing on the Sydney move and that kind of stuff. And I'll probably come back for a trip with them soon. But I'll definitely like see them lots before I leave or before I move. Okay, it's a bit later in the morning. I have been editing my little heart out, trying to get all my work finished, and I'm having another little snack. This is, well, I'm having my first snack, first of many. This is the Double D Smart Sweets. It's like a no sugar, like little lolly packet thing. I used to like not be a fan of lollies, but like lately, kind of a vibe. Eat these. These are the sour ones too, which I love. Anything sour, I love. So we're gonna eat these, and I'm gonna answer some more of your questions. These are pretty good also, by the way. They're like better than sugar lollies. And they're sour. So this question is from Z, and it says, loved seeing your new energy, but can't help but notice I feel like that energy has dipped. Are you okay? Sending hugs. I like this question a lot because I kind of referred to it like earlier when I was like, oh, I'm going to answer this question like in a later one. I like this question a lot because your girl has recently graduated from therapy and I'm very proud of that fact. So I feel like I can like therapize this thought, right? And like you guys see a pretty accurate, like real-time development of my life, right? Maybe the YouTube vlogs are a little bit delayed by like, at most, they're delayed 5 days, right? Because I start a vlog on Monday and you don't see it until Sunday, so 7 days essentially. But like my TikTok posts, my stories, in the group chats, all of that kind of stuff, you guys get a relatively real-time play out, maybe delayed by a few hours. And so when you guys say like, I've been loving your energy, but it seems like it's dipped, you probably are seeing a pretty accurate kind of representation of like exactly at that time or day how my mood is and how I'm feeling and things like that, right? So I'm feeling great. I feel fine, right? But there have been ups and downs, like especially this whole dating game thing, like that has been a wild ride. One that I have been less prepared for than I want to admit. And like, yeah, some things have been, you know, super high highs, but also low lows, you know? Like I know I spoke about, you know, my first crush that I had since everything happened. And then like that didn't really work out because they were like not really, I guess, in it, or they didn't really want to be in it, which is so fine and I respect. So that was a bit of a low, but like, you know, then there's also been super highs like of Sydney and like going there and deciding that this is where I want to live, which is super awesome. So like you do get to see like the fluctuation. But the reason why I'm not mad at this question, or I don't think they're wrong, is because there is fluctuations, and that's the best bit. Yeah. Cause like I truly believe that like it is better to have loved and lost than never have loved before. Like I'm not talking about my situation, but I'm talking about like a global way to think about life. It's better to have experienced the highs so you can experience the lows than not experience anything at all. Yeah. So like when I am having a down day or a sad day, or like I am having a bit of a dip in my mood, like I'm okay with it. I allow myself to feel it now. And I acknowledge it and I recognize it. I don't let it overcome me, but I give it time and space, and then I move on or move past it, you know? And previously, like I wasn't able to do that. I couldn't do that within myself. I didn't have the mental strength, the ability or the skills to be able to allow myself to feel through those emotions in a healthy way and like come out the end of it in a relatively healthy way, you know? Like that wasn't a skill that I had, and now I do. So like I'm fine. Yes, there's been like down things and things to be sad about. When I came back from Sydney, I like spent a couple days like kind of just not wallowing, but I was just like, I need a minute. I need to catch my breath. I need to think. Like it kind of all hit me. but in a good way, you know, it was overwhelming, but it was a good overwhelming. So like, yes, I promise you I'm fine. There are ups and downs. I don't want to sugarcoat life for you guys. Like I like being able to show you the real time of what's happening and what's going on in my world. And that's going to come with some of the down bits, but then you also get to like celebrate the highs with me. And I'm really okay with experiencing life that way as well. I don't want to run away from the down bits because that means I stop feeling anything at all. And I would rather feel the sad bits so that I can feel the highs than feel nothing at all. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Z. But like, I'm okay, but it's also chill to have not okay days. Then the okay days will come eventually. So Grace says, is working on social media or in social media hard for you? And do you ever just feel like quitting? Okay, so I want to be so clear with my answer here. I love my job. I love doing this so freaking much. Not just about me, but creating content feeds my soul in a way that no other thing other than being a paramedic has ever done to me in my life, right? It feeds my soul. I can work for hours and hours and hours and not get tired because I love this so much, right? But it doesn't mean it doesn't come with maybe some pitfalls or some like negatives and things like that. The most recent one, which I gently touched on during a live stream in TikTok, is that now that I am entering like the dating world again, if I am, I don't even know, but if I am, that people associated with me will come under scrutiny and will cop a level of criticism or judgment from those online who watch my content that they never signed up for. And that bothers me. That bothers me a lot because I choose to every single day put myself up in front of this camera and I make that active choice to put myself online. And so there's a level of, not that I fully condone it, but there's a level of responsibility that I take for copying things like that, like copying online hates or trolls or things like that. But the people that are associated with me because they're associated with me, the person, and not my job, don't ever deserve to have to deal with that added stuff. And since like starting to talk to people and stuff, I've realized how prevalent that is. Like someone like actively said that they don't want to be involved with me anymore because this is my job. And that was really hard to hear. Then someone else who I really care about and really, really like is copying so much disgusting hate just for being attached to me in the first place, and that's really hard for me to swallow as well. It's like I love this job, I don't ever plan on not doing it, but there are hard bits about it that I don't like. So I hope that answers the question. No, I don't ever plan on quitting, unless, I won't say never, but I don't plan on it unless there's something really serious, like it's becoming dangerous or it's unsafe. Sorry, there's a hair in front of the camera, or anything like that, or it's hurting the people I love, which was like, you know, pretty similar to that situation I just explained. Like it was hurting people. Just my job existing, just the way I exist was hurting someone else unfairly. So there's like situations like that that make me think like, is this worth it? Like, you know, but it is a big part of my life and it's a big part of my life that I love. So I don't want to have to give it up, but I won't say never, but I don't plan on it, if that makes sense. Okay, Georgia says, how are you going personally? Remember to look after yourself and we love you so much, Grace. I feel like I've answered this question like a fair bit already in this vlog. I'm doing good, I promise. But I do really need to focus a little bit more on like my self-care tools and things like that. So I just said before that I've graduated from therapy recently and I spent over 2 years, nearly 3 years, is it, with my therapist working super intensely. Like we would go only a few days without seeing each other, between seeing each other in the initial stages, not anymore, but in the initial stages. And she taught me a lot about self-care and stuff like that, and not the fun like self-care of like doing a face mask in the evening and like watching a trashy TV, like love that, but like the genuine real self-care of like listening to yourself and practicing things like grounding techniques and mindfulness and the reasons behind why people do things like journaling or scrapbooking or mindless activities and stuff like that, and the point behind that. And so it's not purely just for fun, but it feeds a physical and a psychological thing as well. So I do feel like sometimes when things get busy in life, I let those things slip, like they're the first thing to go, and I need to ensure that I'm prioritizing them. at sometimes maybe I can't do them all the time, but like I do need to make sure that I don't just completely drop off from them. So yeah, I do need to prioritize self-care a little bit. One thing lately that I've been really enjoying is like getting back into working out. So I stopped late last year because there was so much going on and my head and my heart wasn't in it. And I never push myself when it comes to exercise and stuff like that, because I have a bit of like an addictive personality and it can like sometimes lead to like an unhealthy place. So I really try and just like let myself like lead by like genuine want and desire. And I've like had that desire of being like, I want to go for a gym class. Like I want to work up a sweat. I'm ready to like, you know, like work really hard at the gym again. And so that's something I want to pick up a little bit more, especially before I move to Sydney. When I get back into a routine. So when I get to Sydney and things are new and my routine's out of whack, I have like a level footing to kind of like go from. So yeah, I'm doing good, but I do need to focus on my self-care a little bit more than I am. Okay, Isabel says, what's your favorite song at the moment? I'm making a summer playlist and I would love your recs. Okay, say so much less, Isabel. Now this is the thing. We've got to test the vibes. What's the vibe? You're saying summer playlist, right? So that's like fun, lively, like dance music, like that kind of vibe. Let me give you some song recs for that, and then we'll tell you maybe some other song recs if you're in like a moody kind of vibe, because that's me all the time, right? Okay, so my current favorite, and do not read too much into this song, but my current favorite song right now is A Bad Day to Be My Ex by Bella May. It's just a bop. It's such a bop. And like, also if it fits, you know, it is what it is. I also really like the new Ed Sheeran song, Azizam, I think. Yeah, I really like that. It's a good pop song, you know, like it's a fun, sing it loud in your car kind of song. Now, if you're in your feels, okay, and you want to feel a little bit, right, I have plenty of songs for that. But my current favorites are Only by RYX, or is it RYX? I don't know how to say his name, but that's my current favorite. Also, Another Love by Tom Odell. It's a old song, but a goodie. I really like that one. Also, listening to Orange Juice by Noah Khan. Again, old song, but I really like it. So if you're in your feels, try some of those. Oh my God, the Benson Boone song I told you guys at the start of this, that was last vlog actually. So there's a Benson Boone song, it's called, allow me to find it, Nights Like These. Obsessed. I've played it like 17 times in a row just today. Obsessed with it. Let me know if they were good song recs, Georgia. Listen to them and let's see. Oh, hi, darling. Boston's so cute. Whenever he wants attention or a cuddle, he just walks up to me and like puts his little chin on my leg and he's like, hello. Can you pay me attention, please? Hi, baby. We're talking to the vlog. Okay, let's do one more question, and then hey, baby, and then I'll get back to work. This one's really fun. Okay, so Vonnie Louise, I think, says, have you been working on any new projects lately? Oh, I want to talk about this so much because my answer is no, but in like the best way possible. So last year when things were happening, I threw myself into work, right? And it was the best saving grace ever. My business was doing so well. It developed so well. Like it was just fantastic, right? And then I like went through the process. I went through the immediate grief and panic of everything that happened. And then I was like, cool, I need to slow down. I actually need to slow down. The business is doing so well and it's doing so great, but it's taking up too much of my time that I can't even process what's going on. I need time to just sit and think and walk and spend time with Boston and just process and go through everything. So I actually closed down 50% of my business. So the percent of my business where I do coaching, do courses, masterclasses, I consult on social media strategies, all of that kind of stuff. I film social media content for brands. Like there's a few brands that I still, or businesses that I still work with because I really like them. But the majority of them, I closed them all down because I just needed space and time to figure out what I was doing. Sorry, Boston's being such a sook right now. Which is great because it just kind of cleared my mind. And so technically, no, I don't have any projects going at the moment. Nothing major to talk to you about. But I am really excited to maybe relaunch GCS, which was, it is my business. It still exists. It's just like on hiatus, I guess, in a new form in Sydney, which is going to be really fun. So I'm excited to do that. And at this stage, that's the only project. But I kind of like the fact that there's nothing major going on. And I love my business so much. So I do want to get back into that. But just having time to film my own content and stuff has been really healing. So like no projects, but like in a good way. And there will be projects eventually. Yeah. Okay. I got to get back to work and editing. So I'll chat to you guys later. I am sitting down to dinner. It's like 9. No, it's not. It's 7 o'clock, which is good. It's not as late as I thought it was going to be. I'm sitting down to dinner, and I know I didn't even see you guys for lunch. I'm so sorry, but this is the next meal that I'm eating on this day. So we're just going to run with it, okay? I have salad, steak, and just like a little pasta mix, and I'm really excited for it. Yum. Okay, so I know this was supposed to be what I eat in a day, but this is genuinely like the realistic version of it. I got to work, I was working so much, time got away from me, I wasn't hungry, so now we're here at 7 o'clock eating dinner. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this vlog, so I feel like I might carry it on tomorrow, and maybe we can do like breakfast and lunch again tomorrow, and then I'll get the vlog up by tomorrow night. But yeah, forgive me for that. But let's do some more questions, okay? So, It's the Fitsies says, still stoked about the recent shopping haul, question mark? Yes, big yes. My outfit from today was from that haul. And then they say, we loved the striped dress and the new colours / styles you picked out. What's next on the buy list? And I love this question. So yeah, I loved the styles too. That blue and white striped dress has quickly become one of my favorite dresses I own. It was so cute and it's so comfortable and it wears so well. What else did I get in that haul? I got those shoes. I tried both the Bellini shoes, the white pair and the black pair. Both of them were incredible. So comfortable, so easy to walk in. They looked so good. Like they really elevated my outfits. What's next on the buy list? Oh my gosh, so much. After I got that jagged outfit, the brown matching set I was wearing today, I really want to purchase some more from there. I want lots of fun colors. Like I'm sick of like just black activewear. So I want really cute fun color outfits from there, but also maybe like a few other different places as well. I've never tried Zepp activewear, so I really want to try them. I love Ellen Vu. Nike's a little bit hit and miss sometimes, but there's like heaps of other activewear brands that I really want to try. Other things I want to on my buy list, I'm really into jewelry, like long-term pieces of jewelry. I think I hit 30 and I was like, I'm sick of wearing like Lavisa earrings, you know? I want to wear like good quality pieces of jewelry. So I'm in the market for some like little gold hoop earrings. I think I want to try Maduri. I've never bought from them before, but I know their quality is really, really good. And they have like, I don't know who's designing their pieces, but every single time I see their latest drops, their latest designs, they're so well styled and so like thoughtfully like designed. I just really like their stuff. On that same wavelength, but like taking a sharp left turn, I have some remaining of my mum's ashes, and both me and my two brothers have decided that we all want to be able to take some of her ashes and put them, like I want them in a piece of jewelry. My eldest brother is also thinking maybe a piece of jewelry. My middle brother is really like such a sweet idea. He wants to like put them in a little resin plaque or something like that and hang it up in his first home, which I thought was really sweet. So I'm currently looking for businesses or companies that specifically do that, where they take people's like loved ones' ashes and turn them into a piece of jewelry. I don't know if I want it like embedded in the jewelry or turned into the stone that would be in the jewelry. I don't know yet, but I'm just having a quick look around. So if you know any businesses or companies that do that, especially if they're female owned or a small Aussie business, I would really, really, really appreciate if you let me know. And then lastly on my to buy list, like I'm selling everything in this house except for like my clothes and my shoes, right? So when I move to Sydney, I'll be starting fresh. So I'll have to buy an entire new house as like furniture and stuff, which I'm really excited for. But other than that, the only thing that's on my vision board, if you guys have seen my vision board, it's that really big frame with all the different tiles. It's also my phone background before I changed my phone background to what it is. Let me show you my old one. Yeah, this is it here. So it's like this, it's the vision board that I made, but it's like a photo of it, like in phone version, because I just wanted to constantly be seeing it everywhere I look. It's also my laptop background. The only purchase thing that's on that vision board is some luggage, right? Because as I've explained to you guys before, I'm trying to like just slowly and mindfully replace all the things in my life that maybe like remind me of my ex. And my luggage was a gift from her, a beautiful gift, a gift that has lasted me a really, really long time, and I love it. But because I travel so much, I really want to make new travel memories, and I'd really like to be able to buy my own set of luggage, like something just for me. Like I bought it just for me, and I just think a set of luggage would be a really nice gift. Not gift, but like thing for me to buy myself. So that's also on my like to be bought list, I guess. And then last thing on my to be bought list is after this Sydney trip, I wore like 2 black dresses, right? If you saw the vlog, you would have seen them. One was this cute dress that I wore to the Guys and Dolls production show. And the other one was this like quite sexy black dress that I wore to the dinner on the last night with a few of you guys, girls that I met. And since then, I didn't think, like I don't wear a lot of black. Black's like not in my color palette. But since then, everyone's been commenting and saying like, babe, I think black needs to be in your color palette because it looked really good. And I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm kind of like expanding my like general style of things and like looking at few like black dresses, more sexy kind of outfits, like going out outfits and stuff. Like, so it's not really something on my to buy list, but like it's an idea that I have about what I want to buy. Okay, next question. So Chelsea says, what's something in your life that you wish you could have done better? Or something you wish you did? Okay, that's a good question. I need to come up with a good answer for this because I hate when you guys like put the time and effort into giving me a good question and I come up with a terrible answer. That's not Boston barking. Our neighbours are dog sitting and they're the cutest dogs. Okay, something in my life that I wish I could have done better. I wish I tried harder in high school. I took high school for granted and I didn't enjoy it because I found school really hard, but I had so much more potential that I didn't like give to high school, and I really, really wish I tried like harder. Something I wish I did, if we take a really serious turn, is I wish I was there when my mum passed away. We saw her for a few weeks, like a couple weeks before she passed away, but it was in the middle of COVID, and we lived in Victoria, which was like the most locked down state ever. And she lived in Queensland, who was like very, very, very intensely protective of their borders. And the fact that we were even allowed to do like hotel quarantine and go visit her was huge. I was on a direct phone call with the director of the Department of Health, like the director of the Department of Health for Queensland, to get approval to do this. Like it was a massive, massive deal. And it was incredibly stressful and we went through a lot, but like we got a lot of help from my mum's doctors to like fight for us and like vouch for us and say like, she's not going to make it and like she needs to have her family here. And so they really, really fought for us. And so we got up there and we saw her for 2 weeks between like the end of October and the start of November, and then she passed away on December 3rd. And I always regret not being there when she passed away. It was something that I spoke to the psychic. If you guys saw a while ago in my vlogs, I went and visited a psychic for the first time. It was the most beautiful experience. And it was something that she brought up. I didn't say anything about it, but she was like channeling my mum or my mum's spirit. And she said like, you're holding a lot of guilt around not being there. And she just wants you to know that like, she doesn't see it that way. Like when it was her time to pass, like your energy and your spirit was right there with her. And like, you need to just let go of that, which was really, really amazing. But it's something that I still like, I'm trying to let go of, but I do wish that I was there when it happened. Yeah. Also, as we're going through these questions, I'd love to know your answers to them. Like if there's any questions that I say or I answer that you have a great answer for, I would love to share. I really want to know because like I love talking to you guys so much and getting to know you more. Okay, let's do one last final question. I think I said that in the one before, but let's do one more. This question comes from a new friend of mine, one of the girls I actually met up with and had dinner with in Sydney. And I'm already so excited to get back there to like spend more time with her. Okay, so Ashley says, what has been the biggest lesson you've learned over the past 6 months? And how do you think what you've learned will change your life moving forward? What a great question. Like, what a great question. So I assume that like by 6 months, she means like obviously the last 6 months where everything has happened for me, right? And the biggest lesson I've learned for me is really obvious and clear. Like really, really obvious and clear. I was living my life quite afraid of everything. And reasonably so. I had gone through the whole diagnosis of the PTSD and everything like that. And that shook me to my core in every way possible. I'll never be able to explain the experience of going through that and the damage it did, right? But I think because I was still living in the same world and with the same people around me that saw me go through that, it was hard for me to ever fully like recover from it. So they got to a point like last year where I was like, you know what, like I appreciate the support and the love and the consistency and the genuine like support. Like people changed their lives for me to like work around me and work with me to help me manage that diagnosis. And I think some of those people settled into that and were not able to change once it was time for me to grow out of it. I hope I'm explaining this well. So like there was a lot of leniences made for me by those around me to help me manage the PTSD. But during all of that, I was getting intense therapy. I was on medication. I was in a massive treatment plan. And the whole point of that treatment plan was to essentially cure me. And it worked, essentially, right? Like there is still some side effects that I will live with for the rest of my life, and that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. But for the majority of it, I'm not the same person I was when the diagnosis originally happened. And I think, if we track it like timeline-wise, like, I was in this dark, troubled phase while I was being initially diagnosed with it and trying to figure out what life is like while also treating it and managing it and getting better at it. And so there was a few people around me that stayed in this area even once I had moved past it, if that makes sense. Once I had made like leaps and bounds in therapy, once my medication was really working and things like that, like I was moving on with my life and moving out of that phase. And I think it was hard for them to then move out of that with me. And I think they maybe found it hard to believe. I don't know, like I don't blame them at all because, essentially it was my fault. Like, not my fault, but do you know what I mean? Like they were in that situation because of me. And so from that, I feel like I've learned to like just not be scared anymore. Because I think I held myself back so much because everyone expected me to be back at the start a lot. And like I had potential, I had energy, I had drive, I had passion, I had desire, and I had like life coming back to me. But I maybe held back on that because not everyone, but a lot of people around me just didn't expect that from me anymore, like because it had been gone for a while. And so yeah, I just think like I have a lot of life to live. I'm sick of being scared. I'm sick of like allowing or staying in a place because that's where others think I should stay. I'm just trying to think through it if I've explained that very well. Let me know in the comments if you're like, Grace, we're not following. But like, yeah, I think because the space I was in initially when I was diagnosed, people needed to be there and support me. But when I had moved past that phase, they stayed there. And so I like held myself back a bit to make them more comfortable with me living my life that way. And I think the biggest lesson I've learned is like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be scared to live life anymore. I don't want to walk on eggshells around anything that might trigger me or upset me or like pull me back or like anything like that. Like life is too fun. There's too much of it to be lived to walk through life like scared of everything. And just like allow yourself to just sit on the sidelines and be coddled and looked after and like not challenge yourself or push yourself or anything like that. So that's like the biggest lesson I've learned. How that's gonna impact my life going forward. I mean, it already has. Like this might sound so ridiculous, but if you watched the last vlog, I went to Movie World with my family because we had some kids with us and they wanted to go to the theme parks. And I went on a roller coaster, not just one, I went on multiple roller coasters. And this is something I've never done. And not just the baby roller coasters. I went on like the big ones, like the fast ones. And they scared the crap out of me. But I got off it and I was like, old Grace would have A, never gotten on the roller coaster in the first place, but B, never would have walked off it being like, wow, that was so scary, but like exhilarating. New Grace got off that and was like, I want more. I need to do that again and then 10 more times and then I want bigger and faster. Like it gave me this adrenaline rush that previously my body wouldn't have reacted that way to it. If I get an adrenaline rush like that, it thinks that we're in meltdown mode. This is all guns blazing, like it's time to just run for shelter. But new me, I allowed myself to like enjoy the exhilaration of it and my body was like, we want more of that, so like I'm not gonna hold myself back from doing those things that like scare me. And like one of them is definitely a skydiving. Now you guys know that I'm terrified of flying and jumping out of a plane seems like the stupidest idea in the entire world, but I'm coming around to it. And I think it might be something that I like might want to try. Maybe. I said to my brother, he was so excited when I told him that. But I said to him, I was like, look, I kind of want to start with like a joyride in a plane. So you know those planes that like go up and then like they do the loop-de-loops and they do the things down. I kind of want to do one of those first because I feel like if I can sit in that and be confident and comfortable and like sit in the uncomfortable, then I could reasonably jump out of a plane. I don't know if that's going one step too far. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, Grace 2.0 is not going to be scared to live life anymore. It's too freaking fun. There's literally too much fun to be had. That was a really good question. Actually, I really liked that. There is still more to come, but I'm going to finish tonight, pick it up tomorrow, and we'll keep going, okay? Because I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Happy Wednesday, guys. I have had a busy little morning. Happy Wednesday. You guys are going to see this tonight, and I love that so much. I love when these are like as close to real time as possible. I haven't eaten anything today, so we still have more questions to answer, and I'm going to make up my literal favorite meal. It's the meal I've been eating for months. It's the only thing I feel like most of the time. It's just the best thing ever. No judgment on this meal, okay? No judgment. But I'm going to make it up now, and then we'll sit down and have lunch together. Lunch is served. I have a huge plate of food here right now. Essentially, it's just like a plate of ingredients. It's hi, Boston. Hello, baby. I know, you are the center of attention at all times. Yeah, good boy. It's essentially just a plate of ingredients, okay? So I have cucumber, celery, carrot, tomatoes. I have these sesame crackers, some little like soy crisp things. I have 3 different types of cheeses and crackers. I've got pear, grapes, salami. I've got chicken, like leftover chicken schnitzel, and some potato salad. That's the lunch, okay? And I dip it in French onion. Not everything, but most of it. And that is my favorite meal, guys. It's like, it's so basic and it's so simple, and I know that, but like, it's just what I feel like all the time, you know? Okay, so last night some extra questions came through, so I'm gonna quickly catch up on them and we'll do the final questions, okay? Georgia, is it Georgia? Yes, Georgia sent in a bunch of questions actually. She's got 4 of them. So we're gonna do all 4 of her questions over lunch today. Oh, also, I have a little Easter egg as well as like my little lunch dessert. Okay, first question, what's my current go-to snack? I'm a savory gal, so like if I'm craving something or if I'm hungry for something, it's going to be savory over sweet. This might be a little bit basic, but actually my current go-to snack right now is baked beans. I go through phases with baked beans, and like some days I'll be like, this is the best ever, and other days I'll be like, ew, I couldn't think of anything worse. And at the moment I'm currently in one of those phases where I'm like, baked beans slaps, but you've got to spice up your baked beans, right? So like I'm not eating them straight out of the can, yeah? I put them in a cute little bowl. I add salt and pepper and chili flakes. I usually add like oregano or some sort of like coriander or something to like spice it up. Then they taste really good. I've seen a lot of British people add cheese to them. I don't know that that's my vibe, but I'll pay it. I guess I'm sure it could taste good, but I don't think it's my vibe. Grapes. I know it's not a savory one, but at the moment I'm loving grapes. They're just so crunchy and fresh. Like, well, you know what else is really good at the moment? Tuna salad, like homemade tuna salad with like tzatziki, celery, cucumber, a bit of soy sauce, lots of chili oil, like that kind of vibe. And then I use little cucumber slices to like dip it. So good. So good. They're probably my current snack, like my current snack obsessions, I think. Okay, George's next question is, what's something you'd tell yourself 6 months ago? Wow. So many things. I probably tell myself to like buckle up. It's about to get a little bit bumpy. But on a serious note, I would probably say like, I don't know, you can take it 2 different ways. Cause like, you know, if I think about traveling back 6 months ago, would I tell her everything that's about to happen to her? Like, would I prepare her that way? Or would I just like give her a piece of advice to try and like help her through what's about to come? And I think I really stand by ignorance is bliss in a lot of my life, not all of my life, but a lot. And so I think I probably wouldn't tell her what's about to happen or what's about to come. But what I would say to her is, not only is it better on the other side of it, but it's so different. It's so different. It's more different than you could ever imagine. What you will like think and feel, how you will think about things, the people around you, hopefully the place that I will live and call home is going to be so different. And, you know, no matter how the difference is, that difference is good. Yeah, that's probably what I would say to her. Like it's going to be really different on the other side of this, but good, really good. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good answer, but it's probably the truth. Okay, I love this question so much. It says, if you could pause time for an hour every day, how would you spend that secret hour? So essentially, you get an extra hour every single day. What would you do with it? That's the coolest question ever. And I'm pretty confident with my answer. I would learn a new skill. I think the new skill would be a language, right? Because I always just like tell myself, like, I love languages and I love learning new languages. And I'm just like, oh, if I only had extra time in the day that I could do an hour before bed or something like that. I obviously have enough time in the day to do it, but I just don't prioritize it. But if I had a secret extra hour, then I would dedicate it entirely to learning that language. And then I'd have no excuse. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. But that's such a cool question, Georgia. 11 out of 10 for that question. Okay, this question says, what's something you've almost done but didn't and still think about? That is such a fun question. Georgia, legit, I need to get you into my live streams because we do like Q&A live streams all the time, and you would be the best. A silly answer is one of the roller coasters at Movie World that I just went to. So I was like doing roller coasters for like the first time ever in my life, right? And so I was building up to them, and there was this really, really big one. It was like right at the end of the park closing. Like we were running around trying to jump on like the last ride, and I was stood there and I was like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not? And then I was like, yep, okay, let's go do it. And when we walked to it, it had closed for the day. And I was like, oh no, I just psyched myself up to do it. And then it was closed. So I wish I had done it. I wish I had made that decision sooner. A bit of a spicy answer to this question is like being on the Mile High Club, like joining the Mile High Club is like kind of a goal in life for me. And there was a particular opportunity to do it and I didn't take it. And I wish I did. Not for the person, but just for the fact that I could have done it. And a serious answer is I wish I studied medicine, like to become an MD. When I decided that I wanted to be a paramedic, I did my first 2 years, I think of it. And then there was an opportunity to sit the GAMSAT, which is like the entrance exam, right? To be able to go to medical school here in Victoria. And you prep for it for like 3 to 6 months out from the exam, and you prep for it and then you go sit it. It's a really big deal, right? And I had an opportunity, I had someone come to me, a lecturer at my university, and say, look, you can continue on this path and become a paramedic, that'd be great. But I think that you have the potential to go all the way with medicine and become a doctor. And I thought about it and I decided not to do it. And now knowing what I know now, how paramedics turned out for me, I wonder if it would have been different for me if I'd become a doctor. I wonder if I could still be in medicine, you know, and doing it because it's like the greatest job in the world. I loved being a paramedic. And I wonder if I had done that, like if I had gone and sit the GAMSAT and gone to medical school, would I still be practicing medicine? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I try not to think about like missed opportunities like that too much because they can get you a bit heavy and there's nothing changing it now. So, but I do wonder about it. I don't regret it because I love being a paramedic. I do wonder, like, would I still be able to be in medicine? I don't know. Okay guys, that is all the questions that I'm going to answer from the group chat and from social media. Now I'm going to give you 3 questions, okay? And then you don't have to answer all 3 of them. You can answer some of them, you can answer none of them, you can answer one of them, like whatever you want to do. I'm going to give you 3 questions though, okay? I want to know, basic, are you a beach or like a forest kind of person? Beach or forest? Like, is it a date you're going to go on, like you'd rather go to the beach? Or is it like your dream home, you'd rather live in the forest? Like something like that, right? Question number 2 is, I think I'm going to steal George's question and say, if you had an extra secret hour in the day, what would you use it for? And then question 3, we're going to make it a fun one. Who would you pair me up with? Okay. So eventually when I'm back on the dating scene, right? who would you pair me up with? Give me like a celebrity, or give me like a fictitious person. Like, create this person for me that you think would be great for me, or that I would do really well with. Like, what's their job? What do they look like? What's their gender? Are they non-gendered? Are they a single child? Are they tall? Are they short? Are they blonde? Are they like brunette? Do they have red hair? Are they from Scotland? Like, give me your imaginary dream person for me, and maybe we'll like manifest them, guys. Thank you so much for catching up with me. I feel like we covered a lot, and I feel like we're all caught up a bit more now. Also, thank you for eating with me. Now, remember what I said at the start of this vlog, yeah? I don't want to hear or see anyone doing anything unsafe or irrational when it comes to food based off this video, okay? And I love you, and Boston loves you guys, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.